Hi students, happy morning to you all. In the previous week we have discussed geography chapter 1 about resources. In that we have discussed various types of resources. Okay, now in this week we are going to discuss the very first chapter in history, which is how, when and where. Okay, before getting into the chapter, let us see a simple terms meaning of history. First, let us know about the meaning of history. It is a study of past. So what does history mean? It is a study of past. And also it is a study of changing patterns in society. It is a study of changing patterns in the society. History is not an imaginary one. It is about real things happen in our world. We want to study about our ancestors, their inventions, developments, architecture, culture, literature, language, and pride of our country, etc. Okay? And now, what is the name of the lesson? It is how, when, and where. We want to know how it happened. How it happened. That means how that incidents happen. Next one. What is the next question? When. When it was happened, that is about the time, date of the incident. Then what is the next question? It is where. Where it has happened. That means it is all about the region or the place where the incident took place. This is the meaning of that lesson. Okay, so this is what I said. History is the study of changing patterns in society. Changing pattern, that means why, when it has happened, where it has happened, how that incident happened. Okay, in this lesson, the main topics which we are going to discuss is, the first is importance of dates. Then second one, division of history, how it has been periodized. The next one, what is colonial. Next content is important sources of Indian history. Okay, today we are going to discuss the first topic, which is importance of dates. Now, I want you all to keep your textbook on your hand. Okay, open it and take the first page of the first lesson. What is the first content given in that? It is how important are dates. As I said, we are going to discuss about importance of dates. Before starting the first content, we'll just know this difference between a history and historians. What does history mean? A study of past events, particularly in the human affairs. Okay. What does historians mean? A person who specialized in the study of history and who writes books and articles about it are called as historians. The next one is Historia. It is new word for you, no? What does Historia mean? The word history was derived from the Greek word which is historia, which means knowledge from inquiry. The next word is also new to you, Herodotus. It is Herodotus, who is the father of history. He was the father of history and he was the Greek historian. He was the Greek historian. I think the next word is also new. It is not new to you. You have already learnt in 6th standard. But even though if this word is new to you, let us see that it is Megasthenes. Okay. He was the father of Indian history. He was the father of Indian history, and he wrote a famous book which was called as Indica. Okay. He explained in detail about our Indian history, our art and architecture, Indian culture, everything in a detailed way. Okay. As I said again here, history is an account of battles and big events about rulers and their policies. Again, I am insisting you, history is certainly about changes that occur over time. It is like a passing clouds. Okay, so it will pass on. That means over a period. Okay, again and again, repeatedly, it will be changing. It is about finding out how things were in the past. How things were in the past and how things have changed. For example, shall we take television? Yes. Okay. When we take television, we have different kinds of television now. Okay, because there are LED televisions, but during your grandparents' period, they did not see TVs like that. Okay, they did not see TVs like that. They'll hear any news or something else for the entertainment program and all. They'll come to know through radios. And before that, they'll come to know about through newspapers or some pamphlets. Okay, so this was the changes happened during your grandparents' period, and now the things have changed. So it is about finding out how things were in the past, and how things have changed now. Okay. Herodotus was a first historian. Historians are always fascinated with dates. History is synonymous with date. That is, it is linked with dates. For example, when did the first newspaper printed? Now newspapers is, as we know, newspaper gives more details around the world. Okay, whatever is happening in the world, we'll come to know through the newspaper. But now we have more social medias to know. Okay, but we doesn't know when did the first newspaper printed. Okay, then as I said, history is an account of battles and big events about rulers and their policies. That means the history will take, for example, the history is about one particular king. If they are taking one particular kings, it is about when he born, when he got married, when he crowned, and about his first son, then death, then the last one is again the next ruler, when the next ruler crowned, that means succeeded. Okay, as we have discussed more about the people, okay, in the last 2 years, that means our past 1, our past 2. Okay, what we have discussed in that, we have come to know about the people, where they have settled, when did they cultivated, then when how hunters and gatherers have been changed. Okay, these are the things we have discussed in that. Okay, as we have discussed all this, so now historians write about a host of other issues and other questions. For example, Historians, while started writing about history, they have written only about the king and their battles, as I said. Okay, now the historians started to write how people earned their livelihood, what they have produced and ate, how the cities started to develop and markets came up, how kingdoms were formed and new ideas spread, and how cultures and society have been changed. Look into this, children. Whatever I said about how important are dates, it's there. Just go through it. History is certainly about changes that occur over time. It is about finding how things were in past. To do so, we divide history in periods like decades and centuries. To get the idea that what happened first and after, and to build a timeline, we require dates. But it does not mean that only dates are important for history. We only have some reference about something that happened in the past from the records of kings, travelers, etc., which could not show complete society. And there was a time when history was an account of battles and big events. For example, when the king fought a particular war and the year he died, etc. These things I said. Okay? Now, let's see which dates. As I said, history is a record of important incidents and events. History is about the lives of people who made a difference to the world. History is hence a subjective study of events that occurred in the past. Each historian has a different perspective to an event. The next topic, as I said, which is which dates. Okay. History is a record of important incidents and events, as I said before. Hence, a subjective study of events that occurred in the past. Each historian has a different perspective to an event. According to British historians, history of British Raj in India is all about the lives of different Governor Generals of India. It begins with the first Governor General Warren Hastings and ends with Lord Mountbatten, the last Viceroy. There is no precise dates for events that take place over a period of time. Some dates are significant because of a particular set of events. So, as we are going to discuss which dates we need to know, it is the history of British India. History of British India. We want to study the dates of a particular period. Which is that period? It is the history of British India. So here we are going to study the history of British India. That means how they have come up when our country under the control of Britishers. So the period when our country under the control of Britishers, and how we were colonized. The next thing which we are going to see is history of Governor Generals and Viceroys of British India. So history of Governor Generals and Viceroys of British India. So the first Governor General is Warren Hastings. Before knowing this, England can't able to rule the country. Why they have sent the Governor General and Viceroys of British India is England they cannot able to rule the country directly. So they have sent Governor Generals and Viceroys on behalf of them. So what the Governor General will do is they'll put forward many policies and many new ideas, taxation, etc. So here comes the first Governor General, who is known as Warren Hastings. Who is known as Warren Hastings. He was the first Governor General of British India. He will concentrate on the administrative reforms, many administrative reforms. And apart from him, there are some other Governor Generals who were Lord Cornwallis, Lord Wellesley, Lord Bentinck, Lord Dalhousie, Lord Canning. Okay, so what happened here was the last Governor General after the independence is Rajagopalachari. Rajagopalachari. Okay. Why now that was the entry of Viceroy. Here come why they have decided to send Viceroy, because Governor Generals are not running the government in proper way. They are creating problems. So they call back Governor General and send efficient Viceroy. After Governor General, Viceroy rule the government. Viceroys rule the government. So each one of them put their own policies. So those who were Governor Generals, they are also have come as Viceroys to the British India. Okay, so the first Viceroy is Lord Canning. So the first Viceroy is Lord Canning. Okay, then some of the famous Viceroys are also there who ruled the British India, who governed the British India, who were Lord Lawrence, Lord Lytton, Lord Ripon, Lord Curzon, Lord Hardinge, Lord Irwin. The last Viceroy is Lord Mountbatten. He was a famous person because he had a good relation with Mahatma Gandhi, who is our father of the nation. He is famous because, as I said, he had a good relation with Mahatma Gandhi. The next one is Governor General of Bengal Presidency. Who was the Governor General of Bengal Presidency which is Clive. It is Robert Clive, the Governor General of Bengal Presidency. Okay. He is very much famous person because he created a lot of problem. He utilized our resources. He became very rich within few years during the ruling period. And the next thing, Robert Clive asked James Rennell to prepare the first map of Hindustan. What does Hindustan mean? Of course, it is our country, India. So, Robert Clive asked James Mill to prepare the first map of Hindustan, and it was prepared in the year 1782. Okay. With this, I'll conclude the second subcontent. Let's discuss the next one in the next session. Thank you, children.